Another way of notating inversions is to use a system that Baroque composers coined, and that is figured bass. So figured bass is all about counting intervals. They used it so that when they had a melody line, keyboardists could follow along without reading their own music and could harmonize accordingly. So if you have a root chord in a triad form, that is going to be, there's a fifth and a third. So all you're doing is counting intervals in figured bass. You start with the highest interval, and then you go down to the lowest interval. So this one is a 5-3, because we have a fifth and a third. For first inversions, we have a sixth, and we also have a third. For second inversions, we have a sixth and a fourth. So to make it a little bit easier, performers never wrote down, if it was in root position, they never wrote down the figured bass. So you never need to worry about notating a figured bass underneath a root position chord. If it was implied, it didn't matter. You also didn't need to write it down. So because we assume that there's a third, we don't need to worry about it. So we just write down the sixth. And second inversion chords, you always need to write down a 6-4. For sevenths, it's a little bit different, a couple more numbers that you have to think about. So we count a seventh, a fifth, and a third. So these are called 7-5-3s. For first inversion, we count a sixth, a 5, and a 3. For second inversions, we count a sixth, a fourth, and a third. And finally, for third inversions, we count a sixth, a fourth, and a second. So for seventh inversion chords, if it's in the root position, you don't need to worry about writing anything down underneath those chords. If it's in first inversion, you don't need to worry about writing down the third, but you need to write down the fifth because that's important in showing that it's actually a seventh chord. For second inversions, you actually don't need to worry about writing down the sixth, but you need to worry about writing down the 4-3. And in third inversions, you don't need to worry about writing down the sixth, but you need to worry about writing down the 4-2. So to review, a root position chord is 5-3, a first inversion triad is 6-3, and a second inversion triad is a 6-4. For sevenths, we have the root, which is a 7-5-3, a first inversion seventh chord is 6-5-3, a second inversion seventh chord is a 6-4-3, and a third inversion seventh chord is a 6-4-2.